just wanted to take a moment and talk about a topic that's been on my mind because lately I've been posting more on politics, some on personal life, some on career, as I normally do. And someone has even said, maintain your professionalism as a coach. And that really sunk in because that's the same feedback that I've heard throughout my entire career in the corporate world. That's the same feedback that I heard when I looked around and I was the only one who looked like me in the room. That was the same voice that I heard in my own mind when I found myself hesitating and holding back my true thoughts and masking it and code switching and showing up as how other people expected me to show up in the spaces that I was in. And this reminds me of a principle that I talk often with all of my clients, regardless of what industry they're in, regardless of what their job title is, how many years of experience they have. And that is always stay true to your values and your morals because those should not change and sway depending on the situation or the topic or who's in the room with you. Your morals and your values are what ground you. They should be what make you feel confident in who you are as an individual, what you represent, what you don't represent. And as I'm talking about topics beyond just career development, personal development, self development, and spanning into the space of things that impact my life, things that impact other people's lives, these are things that are not ignorable for me. And that's not to say we don't behave situationally, meaning you probably don't speak with your boss the same way you speak with your best friend. That doesn't mean you're fake or inauthentic, though. That just means you're aware of who you're engaging with. Everyone should know what their core values are. Sometimes I do hesitate when I catch myself wanting to post something personal or post something that might be controversial because not everybody on here might agree with my point of view. And that's okay. I'm not looking for everyone to agree, but do not impose your thoughts and your opinions onto other people who might be different from you. That might cause them to be restricted from certain rights that are available to everybody else, or that might cause them harm. That's where I have a huge problem. And in all of the topics that I discuss, the reason why I am so passionate about it, even if I may not be directly impacted by it, I can't have an abortion. The fact that somebody is being restricted from having a certain right or that they are being caused some kind of harm, I have a problem with that. And that is something that I can't shake. That is something that, down to my core as an individual, will show up consistently, whether or not I'm in a coaching session, whether or not I'm in a boardroom meeting, whether or not I'm talking to my best friends. And it's a very similar mindset to my other principle, which is when we talk about career and when we talk about life, it's very difficult to separate the two because you are bringing yourself in your career, in your job, working with your colleagues. You're spending probably more time with your colleagues than you do with your friends and your family. So it doesn't make sense, and it actually works against us if we're trying to separate the two, if we're trying to bifurcate the two. The fact is, we should be showing up as we are, carrying our values and our principles that do not change depending on the circumstance or situation into the different spaces and into the different conversations that we're having day in and day out. That is the most powerful kind of authenticity and consistency that you can bring. And that's usually what drives people to be successful. It's not the latest productivity hack. It's not having some super robust, wild workout and nutritional plan. It's just being consistent and showing up consistently for yourself and to others by being consistent with what you say, by being consistent with how you behave, regardless of who's in the room, and being consistent with doing what you say.